My leg! You damn whale! I'm gonna catch you! Ahab, captain of the Pink One, a majestically looking ship, lived with only one desire: to catch, hunt, and finally kill Moby Dick, the whale of his nightmares. If Moby Dick wasn't a classic at first, it's because Melville was out of time and wrote a story meant to be read or written 50 years later than when he actually wrote it. Melville usually bases his novels on his experiences and adds something creative. Melville went to a whaling voyage, and Moby Dick is all about a whaling voyage. He lived 3 weeks with Taipei natives, which are a type of natives, and he has another book that is about Taipei natives. But the creative thing here is that a normal guy, like from America, goes to the camp and falls in love with a native. And the creativeness in Moby Dick is that Moby Dick is a killer whale. I mean, where have you ever seen that? He has been wealthy, but he has also been poor. So he has experience working. He worked at a bank when he was 13. His family went broke. After he graduated school, he became a middle school teacher. And from that he became a newspaper writer, and then like writing novels, you know. Moby Dick was not a classic at first. No, this book was a failure. It was rediscovered in the 1920s by some Englishmen. I believe that it was a failure at first because it was too common for the time, because everybody used to do whaling voyages and hunt whales when he wrote that book. But 50 or 60 years later, when it became a classic, maybe like that seemed interesting to the people that lived in that point. In conclusion, if Moby Dick wasn't a classic at first, it's because Melville wrote out of his time, because it's a classic now. I mean, what's that? A captain who only chases one thing. You know it. The whale. The whale who took his leg. Oh my god, how can you do that? The uniqueness of a book is what sometimes attracts the reader. And believe me when I tell you that the novel Moby Dick is unique. You have no idea. This author identifies with its own characters. Melville is related to Ishmael, which is the main character, the narrator of this book, because they have the same experiences, same jobs. Both were sea merchants. Ahab is sentimental, as Melville is, and they have a physical disadvantage, which is for Ahab the leg, which was eaten by Moby Dick, and Melville has a bad eye. The uniqueness in this book is truly impacting. It's all over the page. Where have you ever seen a captain craving that much revenge for a whale? Where have you ever seen that the captain persuades and fools his crew to follow the whale and possibly might end up dying because hunting whales is dangerous? Where have you ever seen a killer whale? I mean, Captain Boomer, which is another captain found in the book Moby Dick, was also a victim of Moby Dick. Moby Dick's death would give peace to Ahab. The whale symbolized a barrier for Ahab, so in order to break the barrier, he must kill the whale, and then he will live in peace. Conclusion: we know that Moby Dick is a classic because of its uniqueness and because of the great impact that Moby Dick causes Ahab the cat and the whole book itself. The uniqueness of this book is not what first will get you interested in a book, but as you read it, you'll find out how special the book is. It's a unique book.